Like, they're suing me for something I didn't do.
Jake Paul has been suspended just weeks before the biggest fight of his life, scheduled for November 15th, 2024, against none other than Mike Tyson at the at-T Arena. The fight had the entire boxing world buzzing, but now it's all blowing up. Paul, the YouTuber-turned-boxer, has always been surrounded by drama, but this latest controversy is career-shattering. He's been slapped with a lifetime suspension after being caught using steroids. Yes, Jake was on the juice. And that's where it all went wrong. Iron Mike Tyson, a man known for his integrity, wasn't about to let it slide. As soon as Tyson learned about Jake's steroid use, the fight was called off, throwing Jake's career into serious turmoil and leaving fans shocked. What was set to be the fight of the year has now turned into a major scandal. Mike Tyson called off the fight with no hesitation. He wasn't here for cheating. But it didn't stop there. The Boxing Commission dropped the hammer hard, forcing Jake Paul to hang up his gloves for good. Let's break it down. Jake's recent fight on July 20th, 2024, against bare-knuckle brawler Mike Perry in Tampa, Florida, seemed like a career highlight. The problem child knocked Perry out cold in the 6th round, walking away with a massive win. But now, just weeks later, that victory is being erased from memory. Why? Jake wasn't fighting clean. The knockout everyone was buzzing about wasn't due to his skills or strength. It was all thanks to illegal substances. That KO is now tainted, and Jake's boxing legacy is in ruins.
That's the one. Right hand. This may be it. Right hand.
Jake Paul tested positive for not just one but multiple banned substances in his post-fight drug test. The report revealed 2 key substances, ostarine and 19-norandrosterone. For those unfamiliar, ostarine is a type of SARM that helps athletes pack on muscle and boost strength, giving them an unfair advantage, especially in a sport like boxing, where strength and stamina are crucial. As for 19-norandrosterone, it's a metabolite of nandrolone, a notorious anabolic steroid known for enhancing endurance, speeding up recovery, and building even more muscle. Essentially, Jake was juicing up with substances that allowed him to hit harder, recover faster, and dominate in ways he couldn't naturally. His performance was artificially enhanced, tarnishing his reputation and casting doubt on his achievements. This wasn't a simple case of oops, I took a contaminated supplement. The amount of banned substances in Jake Paul's system was far too high for that excuse. This was intentional, calculated cheating. Jake was looking for an edge in the ring, but it's now blown up in his face. And it gets worse. This isn't just a slap on the wrist like we've seen with other fighters. The Boxing Commission didn't hold back. They hit Jake with a lifetime suspension. That's right, Jake Paul is banned from boxing forever. No more fights, no more comebacks, no more stepping into a professional ring. His career is over. It's as if the entire sport of boxing is saying, we're done with you. Now let's talk about the timing of all this. Jake Paul was gearing up for the biggest fight of his life in November, set to face none other than Mike Tyson. This was supposed to be the fight that would solidify Jake as a legitimate force in boxing. Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, versus Jake Paul. Fans were hyped, and the world was watching. The pay-per-view numbers were expected to be insane. But now, all of that hype has vanished. Why? Because Mike Tyson doesn't tolerate cheating, especially in the sport he helped define. As soon as Tyson found out about Jake's steroid use, he pulled the plug on the fight, making it clear he wouldn't fight a cheater. Mike is a man of integrity. Having been through all the highs and lows of boxing, he's seen it all. But one thing he won't do is step into the ring with someone looking for an unfair advantage. And honestly, who could blame him? Jake's actions ruined what could have been a historic event. Tyson's legacy is built on grit, skill, and power. He doesn't need to fight a juiced-up Jake Paul to prove anything. And just like that, the fight of the year is cancelled. This was the one fight that could have saved Jake's reputation and earned him the respect he craved, but now it's off the table. But it didn't stop there. The Boxing Commission didn't just take away the Tyson fight, they made sure Jake would never box again, hitting him with a lifetime suspension. It's the final nail in the coffin for Jake Paul's boxing career. There's no appeal, no second chances. He's done, and there's no coming back from this. Looking back, Jake's rise in the boxing world has been controversial from the start, from his YouTube days to his bold transition into professional boxing. But now it's all over. Jake has always been a polarizing figure, the guy everyone loves to hate, yet he has consistently managed to stay in the spotlight. However, This scandal is different. Testing positive for estrogen and 19-norandrosterone isn't just another headline-grabbing controversy. It's career-ending. This level of cheating gets you blacklisted not only from boxing but from any legitimacy in sports. It's also not Jake's first time stirring up drama. His entire career has been marked by a long series of controversies, including trash talk and beef with other fighters. Now, it seems all that is coming to an end. Let's not forget Jake's constant social media antics, but this time the scandal is too big to sweep under the rug. The boxing world has turned its back on him. And rightfully so. Let's be real for a second. Jake Paul's rapid transformation from YouTuber to heavyweight boxer has always raised eyebrows in the fight community. Who makes a jump that big, packs on that much muscle, and starts racking up knockout wins left and right without something fishy happening behind the scenes? You don't just wake up one day, leave behind your YouTube pranks and challenges, and suddenly start knocking out legitimate fighters like it's no big deal. It takes years of hard work, discipline, and yes, natural muscle gain. But Jake's transformation is anything but natural. Let's not pretend we didn't all notice how quickly he bulked up. It's clear there's more to the story than just training and dedication. Jake Paul went from a typical YouTuber physique to looking like a straight-up heavyweight. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to build muscle, but the speed at which Jake transformed into a boxing powerhouse just doesn't sit right. He's knocking out trained fighters, dudes who have been in the game for years while he's barely been boxing for what? 3 or 4 years. It just doesn't add up. You don't come in, dominate, and leave actual boxers stunned, unless something shady is going on behind the scenes. Let's face it, Jake's sudden muscle gain and rapid-fire KO wins have been the subject of locker room whispers since day one. Fighters, coaches, and fans alike have all been wondering the same thing. Is this dude legit? Or is there something else happening here? Now that we know about the banned substances, everything starts to make sense. Those muscles and knockouts weren't earned through hours in the gym or years of grinding in the sport. They were artificially enhanced, casting doubt on Jake's entire boxing career. Jake's shortcuts are plain and simple, and now he's paying the price for them. Let's not forget about UFC President Dana White, who has been firing shots at Jake for ages. Dana has been vocal in publicly accusing Jake of taking steroids, calling out his rapid transformation and insisting there's no way it's natural. He even challenged Jake to take a steroid test if he wanted to prove his innocence, but Jake never took him up on it. Suspicious, right? Dana has a sixth sense for this kind of thing and isn't letting Jake slide. He recognizes shady business when he sees it, stating, "I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years." With Dana's accusations and the recent scandal, it's clear that Jake's credibility is in serious jeopardy.
I believe that you're a cheater, and I believe that you use steroids. So I want to randomly steroid test you for the next 2 years.
Let's be honest, Jake Paul wasn't even taking the fight with Mike Tyson seriously from the start. We all knew this was the biggest fight of his career, a once-in-a-lifetime chance to square off against an absolute legend. But instead of treating it like the defining moment it could have been, Jake was too busy cracking jokes and dropping prank videos, as if it were just another day in the YouTube office. It was as if he forgot he wasn't just making content for his subscribers. This time he was supposed to be preparing to face one of the greatest hustlers of all time. That lack of seriousness speaks volumes about his commitment to the sport.
Gary, is there anything on this table that you need to call? Maybe I'll honestly do the drugs. No, you don't. I have to do the drugs. I mean, I could kill those times too. No, you don't.
Remember those viral videos Jake posted? You know, the ones where he dressed up as an overweight guy stuffing his face with McDonald's, pretending it was part of his training, or that time he lifted fake weights, making it look like he was putting in serious work when it was all just for laughs. It was ridiculous. Jake was out here doing everything you're not supposed to do before the biggest fight of his career, leaving half the fight world seriously questioning whether he even deserved to be in the same ring as Mike Tyson. His antics only fueled the skepticism about his dedication. Come on, imagine getting the chance to put on gloves and go toe-to-toe with a legend like Mike Tyson, yet instead of focusing on training, you waste your time cracking jokes to hype up cheap pay-per-view numbers. That's not just unprofessional, it's downright disrespectful to the sport, to Mike, and to the fans. Now we'll have to wait and see how everything plays out, but it's clear Jake's approach has raised eyebrows. That's all I have for you today. What are your thoughts on this recent scandal? Fill the comment section with your opinions, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.